Welcome everyone. Thank you for being with us on this journey. I am Diana Popa, business coach. Thank you for subscribing to our channel. My special guest today is Stevie Gustafson, empowerment and self-love coach. Stevie is down to earth and makes sure no one is left behind or feels alone. The way she coaches makes people feel comfortable. She can easily relate to the issues people are going through due to her own challenges in life. Thank you so much, Stevie, for being with me today. I am honored and I am looking forward to hearing more about your story.
Yes, thank you for having me.
What is your story and what actually happened in your life that helps you relate to what your clients are going through and their obstacles and how to overcome those obstacles? What is your story?
Well, my story is, ever since I was really young, I have been through all forms of abuse. And I was, I always felt alone, and I didn't, brought me down the wrong track in life. I ended up, in doing drugs and for many years, and I became, been sober for many years. And with everything I went through, I was so alone. No one understood what I was going through. And then at some point, I woke up like an epiphany where I'm like, you know what? I want to help other people that are going through the same stuff I went through so that they know, hey, you're not alone. There is someone out there that does care about you, that does want to be on your side.
That's very inspiring. Thank you for sharing that with us and making yourself vulnerable. I know this is not an easy thing to do. And I would like to ask you, why do you think people are actually falling into these addictions? What's happening? What happened for you? And what would you advise people to do when they are going through the same struggles?
Well, especially with addiction, no one ever just wakes up and is like, hey, I'm going to do this today. Something has to push them into, whether it's mental health, any form of abuse, something traumatic had to happen in their life for them to turn to it. And, they didn't have that support system, and if, addiction does become where they're like, hey, I want to do this, they should come out and seek some help, because there are people that have been through that want to help. It's not, turning to drugs or turning to whatever form of addiction it is not the answer, because your problems and everything you're going through will still be there. It's more intensified, once you come down from everything and you're like, it's still there, so there's always, someone out there, even if, you're just like, well, what do you know? There is someone that knows that struggle. You just have to look for them, because they're right there.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Stevie. How can they actually find these communities where they actually receive this support, exactly what you are offering, so they don't feel left behind?
Well, I'd say you can look me up. I am more than welcome to, sit with someone on the phone. I don't care if it's like 2:00 in the morning. You just need to vent. Hey, but generally for me, that I found for myself, I had to do a lot of soul searching, and finally I came across someone, ironically, that was around the drug game, but they weren't doing them, but they were just surrounded. And, that person just came up and was like, hey, no, you don't want that. And of course, you're going to be like, what do you know? But that person actually was like, no, I've been there. I've done that. There's more to life. You have to let go of this and work through it. And, and I did. So, I got a little, I guess you could say, lucky, but like I said, I'm always available for people.
Thank you so much, Stevie. Definitely, I believe that we need people who can relate to what we are going through, and definitely a coach can always support us in our path. I would like to ask you, what does happiness mean to you? How would you define happiness in your life today? And how can people reach actually a happier life?
Well, happiness, that's a tough one, because everybody struggles with that one. Pretty much from what I have learned is, you have to let go of the past. You have to move forward. You have to let go of toxicity. You have to be more positive, no negative in your life. Even if, you think your world is crushing down on you and you're like, oh my God, I can't do this. There's always a reason behind everything, and you need to look on the positive side. And once you do, and you learn to love yourself, all of a sudden it becomes overwhelming, and you're like, oh my gosh. And the next thing you know, you're smiling, and you're doing a little dance, and you're like, I'm so happy. It's letting go of all the bad stuff and letting in all that good.
Absolutely. Thank you, Stevie. Do you have any rituals that you are doing every day to maintain this energy and really this positivity, and to actually enjoy life, enjoy the gifts of the life?
Pretty much my ritual, of course, is coffee. Lots and lots of coffee. But other than coffee, I do meditation. I go down to the beach, and I just sit in the beach and I watch the waves, and it recharges my soul. It's one of those, you have to find that one thing that's calming and soothing for you, whether it's, you're going to take a bubble bath. You always have to take time for yourself in order for anything. Otherwise, you can't recharge yourself. You can't let anything in. You have to always recharge in order to keep everything flowing, because otherwise it's all built up, and, it's going to, more than likely, if you don't let something out, it's just going to go kaboom, and who knows what's going to come out of that kaboom, So it's always find something that's just for you, whether like I said, for me, it's sitting on the beach, watching the waves come in, or seeing those sea creatures that are coming out wanting to say hello to the world, Find something, whether it's like playing a video game, listening to music. I mean, I always say music is the best form of medicine out there, because a certain song can it's like that person is singing to you or rapping to you or whatever it is, just find that, and then just, even journaling. I am huge with journaling every day, so.
Absolutely. Thank you, Stevie. And these are absolutely valuable inputs and valuable tips that we can easily apply in our daily lives to actually start feeling this positivity and feeling like we are actually living with passion. And I know that many people are actually not living fulfilled, happy, and they are struggling every day. What do you think that they are going through, or maybe how can they get out of that feeling of being stuck? Especially when you mentioned that some of them are going through the addiction. This means that maybe there is a pain happening. What do you think that is happening there, and how can they actually get out of that feeling of being stuck?
With that, I always call it the critter brain, that little voice inside your head that is telling you, you're not good enough. What do you think you're doing? Everybody has that in their head. We all have that little evil person in our head, and we have to go around that, because a lot of fear, doubt, oh, what does this person think of me? Let go of that, because you know what? That person can think whether it's positive or negative over you, don't, you need to work on and focus on you and not let fear, doubt, what people think of you get to you. And I know that is so much easier said than done, because, we're human, we're constantly, like, oh, what about this, And I mean, when we watch TV, we're like, oh, okay, well, maybe I need to lose more pounds because apparently, men or women are attracted to this, when we got to let go of that and just focus on ourselves.
Absolutely. Thank you, Stevie. And this reminds me of one course that I did a while ago about the science of well-being. And there is actually a scientific proof that when we compare ourselves with all the people out there on social media, especially, this is when we really get depressed and we forget actually what we have and what our strengths are. what would you advise those who are actually going through this, who don't see their value, their strengths, and what they can actually bring to this world? What can you advise them to do to actually find those things they are missing?
Well, first, in themselves and not do the comparison. And you know what? Everybody is perfect just the way that they are, no matter what size you are, because you know what? There's always someone out there that sees you for who you truly are. Even if you can't see it, there's someone out there, you could be like, oh, I'm so fat, I'm so ugly, no one's gonna love me, this, that. Oh, no. There's someone out there that's like, dang, hey, can I get your number? Let's, there's always something, no matter what, because you know what? Every human is beautiful, inside and out, and just like a lot of, and I know guys do it too, but us girls, we're constantly to like the, oh, I gotta look like a supermodel and, this and that, they could look gorgeous on the outside, but on their inside, they're ugly. Looks aren't everything, it's all about who you are, your inside. Because like I said, you could be the most gorgeous, whether man or female on this planet. As soon as you open your mouth, it could change that persona for you. You know what I mean? You won't be that where everyone's like, oh my God, So it's, looks are superficial for, and I get, some people are like, oh my gosh, looks are everything, but when it comes down to it, it's about your inside, what you bring to the table, not, oh, what your looks do. You know what I mean?
Thank you,
Even though they keep plastic surgeons in business.
Thank you so much, Stevie. I know that you are working as an empowerment and self-love coach, and also as a relationship and intimacy, as well as recovery coach. How are all of these relating to each other, if they relate to each other? And what are the techniques that you are applying for your clients to actually help them in these areas?
Well, they all coincide together if you think about it, because it's all dealing with you. You know what I mean? Learning to love who you are, no matter if it's even with intimacy, you have to love yourself, empowerment, same thing. You have to learn to love yourself. Addiction, it's the same thing. You got to love yourself. So it's all like loving you. And for me, for my coaching technique, because I am so not in that box. You know what I mean? I'm outside of the box. I think of everything. So, if someone comes to me, it's going to be totally personalized to that person, because what I do with this person doesn't mean I'm going to do with that person, So it's completely personalized. It's like, like off the wall, But I mean, it works, I'm not a cookie cutter person. I've done the therapy in the past. So it's one of those things I don't want to be, I never wanted to be that person. So how does that make you feel? And then, I didn't want that, I want people to be, feel energized, where they're like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to go see her. Oh my gosh, and they come in and they're like, oh, let me tell you, type of thing. So I make it more personalized to them, and I put it in their comfort zone, and I mean, I will tell you, I will push you out of your comfort zone, because we're all in our little bubble that, we have to pop it, because there's so much more out there than our little bubbles.
I love that. Thank you, Stevie. It's like, it feels like you are tough with kindness. And this is something that is very rare to find in a leader, in a coach. And this is really, really extremely valuable. And this is what I am living as well every day with my clients, but also with my own coach. And this definitely helps. Thank you once again for being with me today. I would like to close our interview by asking you, who are you serving and how can people contact you?
I'm serving everyone. I'm not picky. Come see me. No problem. It's too big or too small, and to get a hold of me, my email address is sgcoaching12@gmail.com. You can look me up on Instagram. My handle on Instagram is lifecoachstevie88. Or if you don't want to do any of that, you can call me. Text me, my number is 957-957-2034. And I mean, just if you want to text, be like, hi, I will write you right back and be like, hey, and go from there.
Awesome. I love your energy. Thank you so much, Stevie, for being with me today.
Yes, thank you for having me. It's been a blast.
I love your energy, and I love your passion for your self-love and for inspiring other people to love themselves. I believe this is the key to every success in life, in every area of our life. Thank you once again. And for those of you listening to us, stay connected because there is so much more to come.